Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to Polar Wars Wrath. My name is JD, and today we're doing a playthrough of Pokemon Crystal using Lanturn, the light Pokemon. Let's go and watch this first battle with our rival. Our rival's name is Triple Question Mark, as per tradition, and he's going to come out with a Chikorita. We named our Pokemon Lumen, and Lumen will do 4 Psybeams, and I'll explain why we have Psybeam here in a minute, and knock out the Chikorita pretty easily. First battle, first win over our rival. I'm going to move right on to this route right here. We're going to go over some things. The first thing we're going to go over is we do not have to deal with evolution in this one. The first playthrough was very hectic. We started out as Chinchou, and Chinchou really only has Bubble, and it's in the slow level up rate, and the slow level up rate was really hectic to this Pokemon in the first playthrough because it took forever to get any level, and when you just have Bubble and your rival has a grass Pokemon, it's not going to do any damage. So it was a grind early. It took us 10 minutes to get by our rival before. So the first thing we've improved on. The second thing we've improved on is, since this is an optimized playthrough, we can actually grab a move from our breeding moveset. Now here's where I changed the rules a little bit, and I'll have these rules going forward, is we looked at our breeding moveset, not just from this generation, but a couple generations forward. In this generation there was nothing, so this wouldn't have been a very fun playthrough at all. We'd have had Bubble, Thunder Wave, Supersonic, and I think the only other move was Flail, which wasn't very good at all. So we didn't have to deal with that. What we did was took a move from, in Generation 4, this Pokemon breeds with Octillery and can get Psybeam. So that's what we chose, 65 base power Psychic move. Goes off a higher special attack stat, so that's what we chose for this playthrough. And yeah, that's pretty much it. In like I said, low level up rate. We got a lot of good moves now. We were going to skip over Bellsprout Tower, but I thought it might be not a bad idea to go ahead and face it because we have Psybeam, and there's a lot of Bellsprout in there, which is Grass Psychic Grass Poison, and it's going to go down to like 1 Psybeam each, so it's going to be a very easy battle. We don't show that, I don't think. Nope, we go right into Falconer's Gym. So we're at level 11 going into Falconer's Gym, and he's going to come out with a Pidgey and Pidgeotto. Honestly, we should obliterate this team because we should have electric moves, but we don't. Psybeam has a 2-shot on the Pidgey, and then Pidgeotto comes out, and it looks like it's going to be about a 3-shot. And he keeps going for Mud Slap, and we keep having our Axie lowered. Now we do get it paralyzed, and we went for Thunder Wave to get it paralyzed to help us out a little bit. We do have to consume a berry because we keep missing. However, we do get the win. Pretty easy win, honestly, over Falcon. We're going to move right on to Bugsy's Gym. We're not going to mess around. Right into Bugsy's Gym. Now, this is going to be another cakewalk. A lot of Pokemon in here are Bug Poison, and Poisons are weak to Psychic. So we're going to go ahead and take on Bugsy. He's the Bug Gym leader. He's going to lead out with a Metapod. Metapod is not Poison type, so that's why it's a 2-shot. However, Kakuna will be a 1-shot for sure. Knock it out very good. Scyther is a Bug Flying, so we were kind of neutral damage here. Thunder Wave. If we had an electric move, we could just obliterate him, but we don't. So Water Gun, a combination of Water Gun and Psybeam is going to get him knocked out, as long as it doesn't accumulate more damage with Fury Cutter. But we get the win over Bugsy. Very easy win, and we're going to move right on to our next battle, which is our rival. We're going to go heal really quick. Rival can be tricky. Rival has Bayleaf, and Bayleaf can really do some damage with Razor Leaf. So let's go and face our rival. Now the other 2 Pokemon are not a problem. Gas is going to go down to Psybeam in 1 shot. No, not even going to question that. And then Zubat will go down as well. But Bayleaf comes out next. We'll go for Thunder Wave, and hopefully we keep missing. We're going to go for Psybeam. It did critical hit, so it almost 1-shot, or it makes it look like a 2-shot, but it ends up being a 3-shot. And then Zubat goes down to 1 Psybeam. So I told you, as soon as we get past the Bayleaf, it's pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and move right on to Whitney. We didn't have a lot of stuff in between that. It's just a couple random battles. We didn't need to go get Dig for this Pokemon. There's no extra things we really need. We just go right to it. We did pick up Return, so now we have a decent physical move. And so our moveset right now is Psybeam, Thunder Wave, Return, and Water Gun. A couple of these moves will be replaced very soon. But now we're facing Whitney. Return is a 2-shot on Whitney. Very good. And then Miltank comes out. Now Miltank can get scary. I honestly should have gone for Thunder Wave here. She is using a rock move, which can accumulate damage very quickly, but we get a very easy win over Whitney as well. So we're moving right along. We're at 21 minutes and 23 seconds with this Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure we're at like 40 minutes before we got past our second rival. So we're moving at a breakneck pace compared to our last playthrough. And now we're facing Sudowoodo, the Rock Tree thing. Water Gun should honestly 2-shot this thing. Very easy. Get the knockout over Sudowoodo, and we're going to move right on to the next phase, which is where the Komodo Girls are, and which is where we get our hidden power, and we're going to go right into the Komodo Girls. So I take this time to talk about the channel for a minute. We're at 525 subscribers, so we're gradually climbing, but we can climb a little bit faster. If you guys hit that subscribe button, don't forget to like and hit the comment, or comment down below, I should say. All those things really help out the algorithm. Liking helps out it. It gets it out to more people. and commenting is like super liking because it makes it get out to more people even faster, and it just helps the algorithm whenever there's engagement. So I really appreciate that. And obviously, subscribing lets me know that you're going to come back and watch my videos in the future. And I hope you enjoy my videos. There's a good overlay. I'm planning some Generation 3 content soon. So that's all in the works. And we're finishing up with the last 2 members of the Komodo girls here. And we're about to get a massive upgrade on all of our moves. So once we beat the Komodo girls, we can pick up Surf from the guy staring at the stage kind of creepily, but he's staring nonetheless. And then we're also going to level up, I should say, at level 25. I think it's level 25. We get Spark. And that's going to replace Thunderwave. And we're also going to eventually, right here, we're replacing Thunderwave with Spark right there. And then also we're going to eventually have Hidden Power. Now in this game, we chose Hidden Power Ice. Hidden Power Ice is by far the best choice. It gives us a lot of coverage. And with our upgraded moveset, we're going to move right on to our third rival battle. Third rival battle is in the Burnt Mansion. We're going to save right here. We're going to move right on. We have added Spark and Surf and Hidden Power. We got rid of Psybeam. It served its purpose, but now we're moving right on. And maybe I should have kept it a little bit longer. Honestly, maybe I should have kept it a little bit longer Psybeam, because we do have this gym coming up with Morty, who is a ghost, so Psybeam would have been very effective. And then we also have Chuck coming up. But nonetheless, we're still actually knocking out all these guys in pretty much one go. Spark on the Zubat. Very easy win over our third rival battle. And with that being said, we're going to fall right through the floor, right in front of Morty. And we're going to face Morty, the ghost gym leader. And he's going to come out with a Ghastly. Now we have Surf. Surf is very powerful right now. It's very loaded up, and we're just going to one-shot the Ghastly. I think we're going to one-shot the Haunter as well. I do not believe we one-shot the Gengar, so let's see what happens here. We do not. Hypnosis misses, very easy. And then Haunter is going to be a one-shot. So Morty really has not been a very difficult gym for this Pokemon. We're going to move right out of here and move right into old Chucky Boy's gym. So Chucky Boy is a fighting gym leader, and we're going to move all these rocks around and whatnot. We're at 34 minutes and about 30 or 50 seconds with that last battle. And we're going to face old Chucky Boy. And Chucky Boy's going to come out with a Primate. Primate's going to go down to 2 Surfs, I believe. Yep, 2 Surfs. He lowers our defense, not a big deal. And now Poliwrath comes out. He is a Water-type Spark. It's not a one-shot. Goes for Hypnosis. He misses. We get the pretty easy win over Chuck. And we're going to leave Chuck's gym. And we're going to right to the lighthouse. We're going to give Ampharos his medicine. He's so excited about it. He flashes us. And we leave there. Jasmine goes to her gym. We follow her right there. And we're going to take on Jasmine. Now, her gym is, for this Pokemon, is super easy. Barely an inconvenience. We have Surf. She has 2 Magnemite. And she has a Steelix. All of them will go down to 1 Surf. Surf on the Magnemite number 2. Very good. And Steelix comes out Magnemite, or I'm Surf number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Good morning, good evening, good night. We clean sweep Jasmine. And move right on to the Lake of Rage, where we're going to face this Pokemon, Red Gyarados. Now, Red Gyarados is going to go down to 1 Spark. Very easy. 1 Spark. Come on, go and hit it. It's 4 times weak to Electric. We level up to level 34 and move right on to Price's gym after we beat the boring Rocket plotline in this game. Price will come out with a a Seal. And that Seal will go down to a Spark. The Dugong comes out next. It does not go down to 1 Spark. It takes 2 hits, but it gets paralyzed and doesn't do anything to us. So we go in full health against the Piloswine, and Surf should be a one-shot. So 4 hits, knock it out. Not so much good morning, evening, good night. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. 4 hits for 3 knockouts. Let's go ahead and go on to the next part, which is our 4th rival battle. And he's going to come out with a Golbat. Now this Pokemon battle gets pretty easy. Right now we're very well covered. We have something for everyone is what I like to say. Meganium comes out. Hidden Power. You always got to be careful because you could Razor Leaf us and get a crit or something like that and one-shot us to knock it out. And everyone else should be a one-shot. Surf on the Magnemite. Very good. And then we have Surf on the Haunter. Very good. And the last Pokemon, Sneasel. Return should be a one-shot. Go for Return. It's not a one-shot. That was very odd to me that was not a one-shot, but we'll take the win nonetheless. We beat our rival. We'll move right on to the final gym leader of Johto, which is Claire. Claire is the Dragon gym leader, and she's going to lead out with 3 Dragonair, and she's going to follow with 1 Kingdra. 3 Dragonair will go down to 1 Hidden Power Ice each. So good morning, good evening, and good night on the 3rd Dragonair. Then she's going to bring out Kingdra. Now, Kingdra is Water Dragon, so she's kind of a mixed bag here. There's nothing really super effective against her because she's Dragon Part resists that, so it's just neutral damage. So she's probably going to heal here. Yep. And so Return looks like it's going to be a 3-shot. And Surf one more time. Nope, we missed. Accuracy lowered, but we get the win nonetheless. Very easy win, and we're not going to learn takedown. That's a garbage move. We beat Claire, and we move right on to our final rival battle of the game, which is on our way to Victory Road. We're going to save up. We're going to go right into this battle. Here we go. We're going to face our final rival, and he's going to come out with a Sneasel Pleaser. And the first Pokemon Sneasel should go down to 1 return. Very good. Meganium comes out. Should be 2 Hidden Power Ices. And he went for Reflect. So our physical attacks have been diminished. Surf will still be a one-shot on the Magneton. Surf should be a one-shot on the Haunter. I really don't see we're going to come across any issues here unless Reflect is still up on the Kadabra, which it is. But no big deal. We knock it out in 2 hits rather than 1. And then Spark on the Golbat. Get the win. Head into the Elite Four. Before we go into the Elite Four, we're going to have a quick recap of what we're doing with this Pokemon and how it's looking compared to our last playthrough. So the first one we want to look at is our moveset. We have Surf, Spark, Return, and Hidden Power Ice. So that's what we have. Our held items, I should say, are Never Melt Ice. We'll have the Magnet a couple times, maybe even the Pink Bow, and possibly a Mint Berry or something like that to heal a condition if we get a condition or whatever. Maybe even the Paralyzed Berry is also another option. Looking at our stats, which is the next part. Our stats, our attack is 97, so that's not a great stat. But our defense is 94, special attack is 113, special defense is 113, and speed is 105. Now, in the bottom left corner of the screen, you will see the stats modify with their corresponding badge. We are at 1 hour and 1 minute and 27 seconds. So kind of like just a litmus test of where we're at. In the original playthrough, I was not even close to this time. It was around 2 hours when we went into the Elite Four, like an hour and 50 minutes or something like that. So we're saving ourselves a lot of time. We're at level 47. So let's dive into this. And our first member of the Elite Four we have to deal with, we're going to save here. And the first one we have to deal with is Will. Now, Will is the Psychic trainer of the Elite Four. He's going to come out with a bunch of Psychic Pokemon. First Pokemon is Xatu. Xatu comes out. We're going to go for Spark. Spark will one-shot the Xatu. Very good. Knock it out. Move right on to the Executor. We're going to go for Hidden Power on the Executor. Like I said, decent special, so it's going to be a 2-shot. And we're going to move right on to the next Pokemon, which is Jinx. Jinx should be a 1-shot with Return. Return 1-shots. Very good. Slowbro is our next Pokemon. Nothing great against Slowbro, but Spark seems to be a 2-shot. Actually, a lot more damage than anticipated. Usually Slowbro is very bulky. And the last Pokemon is Xatu, and it knocks it out in 1 go. So we got a little bit of damage done by Leech Seed, and we move right on to Koga. Koga is the poison expert of the Elite Four. He's going to lead out with an Ariados. Ariados is pretty frail, to be honest with you. We just got to have a good move. Surf will one-shot the Ariados. Very good. Well, Fortress comes out. Surf will 2-shot the Fortress. Very good. That leaves Venomoth to come out next. We don't have anything great for Venomoth. It does like to go for a poison. Psychic is great because we have a pretty decent special defense, so it didn't do a lot to us. Psybeam would be great right here because it just steamrolled the team, but then we wouldn't have Hidden Power, so other things wouldn't have went well. Well, if you just switch out your moves every turn and just hang on to them, that'd be great. But we're kind of getting into how the strategy of Koga works, as he likes to get you poison and stall you out. With Minimize, his other Pokemon have like Protect and stall you out, so on and so forth. And he likes to do full heals, and there's a lot of ways he likes to do that. Double team with Crobat, but that's usually his strategy. He likes to condition you, like get you poison, get you something, and then he stalls you out with Protect and Minimize. Now, right now we're confused, hope we can just hit through it. Psychic doesn't do a lot. It looks like we're not doing well against this one. So Koga did give us our first reset, so I gotta give him credit on that strategy. He did give us a reset. So now we're gonna go for Surf again. And we get poisoned, and we knock him out. Don't give him a chance to go for his little stall attacks. We're at very nice hit points right now. 69 health, very nice. And we're going to go for Surf and knock out the Crobat. A lot closer than it had to be, but his strategy, like I said, it does work. When it works very well. He knows how to execute it very well. Move right on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much. His Hitmontop's going to come out, and we got nothing that's really going to one-shot anyone here. Nothing's going to one-shot. We take decent... No, I wouldn't say decent damage. We tank decently. A Dig. Hitmonlee doesn't do anything. He misses us with his kick. And he falls to the ground. Hitmonchan comes out. Mach Punch is a priority move. He's going to hit it. It doesn't do a lot of damage. That one crit, so I did a little bit more damage. But we knock it out. Onyx is next. Surf will one-shot the Onyx. And then we have Machamp. And we just don't need Machamp to go for hit Cross Chop. If he hits Cross Chop, he could one-shot us. But we do a decent amount of damage. He does go for a Max Potion. Looks like we might be a 2-hit. Very good from full health. We beat Bruno, and now we're going to move right on to the most annoying member of the Elite Four. That's Karen. Karen is a dark specialist, and she's going to lead out with an Umbreon. We don't have anything great for Umbreon. We did equip a Bitterberry just in case it tries to confuse us. So we go for Surf and return a combination. Surf and Return will knock it out. No status conditions, no dropped accuracy, so good going into the Vileplume. We go for a Hidden Power twice, knocks out the Vileplume. Very good. Gengar comes out. We should be going for no, we should have gone for Surf. It's gonna go for Curse. I don't think we would have one-shot anyway, so we'd have had to take some damage. Hidden Power or Spark on the Murkrow will knock it out. And the last Pokemon is Houndoom. I'm not worried about Houndoom. Surf is going to be a one-shot, very good. So we are steamrolling through the Elite Four with a little bit of a hiccup with Koga. And now we have the last member of the Elite Four. We're going to save right here. And we're going to go face Lance, the liar with the flowers, as my guy Squidgy would say. Recommend you check out his channel. And we're going to dive into this battle. So the first thing is Gyarados. We'll go for Surf because we're stupid. Now we just misclicked. Spark is a one-shot. Very good. Dragonite comes out. And we're going to hit and Power Ice, and it's going to knock it out. Very good. We do have the Never Melt Ice equipped, so it boosts our attack. Look how much damage that does. 346 power against this Pokemon. Then Power Ice is a one-shot on the other Dragonair. And now Aerodactyl and Charizard to come out, so we should go for Surf. Surf will one-shot the Aerodactyl, and then we'll one-shot the Charizard. So now we're just trying to tap, 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 get our time in on the Elite Four. We came in here at much lower level than we were before. I think we were at level 54. When we beat the Elite Four last time, we're at level 52. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes and how many seconds? 35 seconds. There we go. And then now I'm going to sit here and pause this, and we're going to reflect a little bit on what we've done. So in the original playthrough, starting out as Chinchou, we beat this game in 2 hours, or beat the Elite Four, I should say, in 2 hours and 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And in this playthrough, we beat it at 1 hour and 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Not quite an hour's of savings when it comes to time, but I'll take 57 minutes of time saved any day. That's an amazing improvement with this Pokemon. Very happy with the results, but that's only half the battle. We still have to play through with Kanto. So we're going to go ahead and transfer over to the Kanto gym leaders. I'll see you guys in Kanto. Now we're in Kanto, and we're going to go ahead and face all the gym leaders here as fast as humanly possible. And I'm going to talk a little bit about other things going on with the channel right now. So first off, like every content creator out there, got to ask you, like, comment, share, and subscribe. All those things help out the algorithm. Gets the engagement going. That's how YouTube is designed. Got to have engagement to get out to more people. I get more subscribers. I can make more videos, etc., etc., etc. So that's out of the way. Let's talk about some things going on with the channel. I just finished off my fighting series. So I did a series in Generation 1. We played through with all the fighting types fully evolved to see who the best fighting type is in Generation 1. If you haven't watched that, I'm doing a recap video that'll come out next Wednesday. So I hope you enjoy that. And then we're diving into our next type in Generation 1. Next type we're playing through as is Flying type. Now, I classified this, and I'll just say it in this video in case you didn't watch the last one. We are not going to be playing any kind of mixed, with any real mixture when it comes to typing. So if a Pokemon, for example, is Fire Flying, they will just be Fire. The only Flying type I'm playing through as is the normal Flying. It can get very convoluted if we don't mix that up. Like, for example, Gyarados would be evolved if we went off Flying types. I'm playing Gyarados as a Water type Pokemon, for example. So that's how that'll go. So we have 4 Pokemon in Generation 1 that are Flying normal, and that is Farfetch, that is Dugtrio, that is Fearow, and that is Pidgeot. So this is the 4 we're going to play through in our Flying series. I'll double check and make sure there's any more. I'm pretty sure I'm not missing any. So the first one I'll play through as will actually be Dugtrio, because I believe Dugtrio is probably going to win that series. So he gets to play first, so he doesn't get the luxury of seeing all the other Pokemon play through. So the Pokemon get the luxury of watching him play through first, or her, whatever the gender of the Pokemon is. So that's going to be fun. Now here on Crystal, we got some stuff coming up. We got next Pokemon we have in Crystal is Togetic, and then I think we have Xatu, and then we're right back into the Pokédex. And like I said, I've modified how we're going to do optimized playthroughs. Optimized playthroughs, we can legitimately grab a breeding move from pretty much any generation as long as we can get the move in this game. I don't know how to code in moves or things like that. That's something I'm not privy to. However, I am able to access and see other moves, and I can add the moves that are available in this game. There are some people out there, like I'll give an example. I already mentioned him earlier, Squidgy. He actually knows how to backport moves and create ROMs and code. That's not something that's not my forte. I'm just a fun guy. Let's play Pokemon and have fun with it. And the overlay just gives me more information while I'm playing. Gives you more information. That's why I use it. I usually just like to play and talk about it. But having all this breakdown and showing everything in real time really is helpful. So yeah, That's what's coming up next on the channel. You're going to enjoy it. And then we're going to get, well, you're going to enjoy it. I have to play through, once we're done with Togetic and Xatu, guess what I have to play as with? Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet does not look like a fun Pokemon. There are a couple non-fun Pokemon coming up, but that's one of them. But it's going to be fun for you guys, and I will enjoy it. It's just going to be a grind, is the best way to put it. But now let's go ahead and face Blue. Blue is he's usually our 8th gym leader, but we actually forgot Sabrina, so we have to face him and then go face Sabrina. However, we get a knockout on the Pidgeot. We did add 2 moves, by the way. We added Thunderbolt and we added Ice Beam. Ice Beam is an upgrade over Hidden Power Ice, and Thunderbolt is an upgrade over Spark. As you can see, we have a really high power output right now for all of our moves except for Return. Return is just very basic. The Surf isn't going to one-shot the Rhydon, and we have 2 Pokemon left. Arcanon's going to go down to 1 Surf. There we go. It does not tank it very well. And then Gyarados go down to 1 Thunderbolt. We have the leftovers equipped. And with this win, we're going to show the battle with Sabrina. I actually could have just not shown it. Probably no one would have noticed, honestly. But Sabrina's going to come out. We're an hour and 30 minutes. So we're pacing pretty well. And we're going to hit Return on the Espeon. We do not get the one-shot. Maybe we should have equipped the Pink Bow. Maybe that's a possibility to give a little bit of a boost to our normal moves. But it looks like this is going to be a 2-shot, very good. And Alakazam comes out. Alakazam usually goes down pretty well to a frail move, but it 1-shots with Thunderbolt. We beat Sabrina and we move right on to Red. Now, Red is problematic. And problematic means that we're just going to have some problems here. Surf, we don't one-shot the Pikachu. Pikachu is not a problem. He is not a problem at all. Espeon comes out. Espeon, we need a little bit of good RNG from Espeon. It's going to go for Psychic. We have a pretty decent special defense, so we tank it pretty well, and we're going to go for Ice Beam. We do outspeed the Venusaur. Now, what we don't want from Venusaur is we do not want Venusaur to go for Sunny Day. Because Sunny Day is going to diminish, 1, our Ice move, and 2, our Water move, Surf. So we don't have anything really good against Snorlax. Return is honestly maybe our best option. And honestly, it'd be great if we can get a Freeze or some kind of Paralysis. But we're not really doing a lot of damage. And with Reflect Up, we really avoided using Return as much as possible. Return does seem to do the most, but we get knocked out, and this is going to be a trend. If we get past Snorlax, the game's over. The game is over. We have something for a lot of his Pokemon. Surf one-shots Pikachu. Espeon is not a one-shot, so that's kind of the downside to Espeon right now. It keeps going. I'd rather it hit us with Psychic. We can recover the health when we face Snorlax. But it keeps going for a Reflect, which diminishes our ability to damage Snorlax. And sometimes we kind of want Venusaur to stall out a little bit, but we don't really want that either because it's going to one-shot us with Solar Beam. So we don't want that. And so with the Sun out, actually I don't think he put the Sun out this time. So Sun out, we're doing a little bit better. Return does do more damage, but we get paralyzed, so we're not going to be able to get through the battle with Paralysis. So I thought maybe Pink Bow could give us a little bit more of a boost and possibly one-shot the Espeon. It's not going to, but it was a thought. And there's nothing really more powerful than Return. There actually is, and I used that in the last playthrough, that was Hyper Beam, but we're not going to go get Hyper Beam. It's just not realistic of why you should get it. Take way too much time to get that move. Ice Beam is a 2-shot on the Venusaur. Those things have been consistent. What is not consistent is what happens with Snorlax. Now, we did crit him, but he knocked us out in one go. So Leftovers is the better move. We just got to do better. Now, there's a strategy staring right in front of me, and I didn't consider it until I was doing the editing. I didn't realize until I was doing the editing. What we could do instead is we have Thunderbolt. Not a problem. But Thunderbolt, it can be replaced by Shockwave. Shockwave is a little bit more powerful, and what it would do as well is if it hits, it paralyzes, which could have made a lot of these things a coin flip rather than having to just take damage. For example, if we use, let's say we use Shockwave on the Espeon, it can attack us, and it may not even be able to put up the Reflect. And by doing so, we don't take any damage. We also don't have Reflect up, so we can go right into attacking Snorlax, and also we can use Thunder Wave on Snorlax. Any Pokemon we have a problem with, we only have to use it on 2 Pokemon, really. We can use it on Espeon, and we can use it on, so now physical defense is up because of Reflect, and if we can Thunder Shock the Espeon, we could have just made it paralyzed and it won't be able to attack us. It won't be able to set up a Reflect. It would just hit itself. And then we also have Snorlax. We can go for Shockwave. If it hits, it's going to paralyze it. It paralyzes every time it hits. It's not a move that has like an RNG base to it. It would hit every single time. Now, we got Snorlax down to very low health, and we're going to try for Ice Beam, and we're not getting the freeze. There's a 10% chance of freeze, and I did this. We only had like 1 reset prior to this battle, so we've done 10 resets yet, and we haven't got a freeze yet on any Pokemon. And it's doing nothing. We get paralyzed again, and we're going to go for another reset. We're getting close to getting down to the nitty-gritty of the actual attempt. I think this is the attempt that actually gets it done. So go for Surf on the Pikachu. Espeon goes for a Reflect. We knock it out with 2 Surfs. And now we're going to move right on to the Venusaur. Venusaur go down to 2 Ice Beams. We get a pretty good damage round there. So Sunny Day's up, and we have 4 turns left before we can get rid of the Sunny Day. So we'll go for Return. Nothing happens on the first one. Nothing happens on the third one. No paralysis on us. Very good. Return. We get a critical hit. We do not get paralyzed on the Body Slam. It doesn't heal. So, like I said, as soon as we get through Snorlax, the game's over. So if we can Thunderbolt the Blastoise, it has nothing good against us other than possibly freezing us with Blizzard. But we get the knockout, very good. And then Charizard comes out, and 1 Surf should knock out the Charizard. And it does. So we get the win over Red, I should say, not our rival. And this is the time split. 1 hour and 44 minutes and 48 seconds. Not quite an hour of savings, but very close. I mean, it's seconds. It's fractions of a second. And like I said, if we'd just done that strategy from the get-go, we probably could have got that done around 1 hour and 35 minutes, potentially. 12 resets. I do not know how many resets it was in the old playthrough. It was probably a lot, to be honest with you. But we had a drastic improvement of our playthrough. And yeah, I'm very happy with these results. I think this Pokemon's pretty good. I wish it just did not have this slow level upgrade. If it had like a medium slow or something, it would be so much better. It would move so much faster, level up so much faster. But with that being said, we are done. Like I said, next week we have a Togetic playthrough. You're going to see the prediction video on Monday. And then on Wednesday, you're going to have a recap of our fighting type playthrough of Generation 1. Recap who's the best, why they're the best, who's the worst, why they're the worst, etc., etc. This is JD. This is Polywars Wrath. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Make sure you tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week for my next videos. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next time.